Alright, welcome back, F1 Manager Nation. This is the legend. And I am back. I haven't played this game for a really long time. I just started playing it, I want to say, probably about 3 weeks ago. And I'm not going to lie, when I came in, there was stats available for Hamilton, so I put some money in and I purchased enough to get him to level 2. So the drivers I'm using are Raikkonen and Hamilton. Raikkonen level 4, Hamilton level 2. This is my car setup. This is my car setup, and the reason why I'm making this video is because I noticed there's some differences to the game. The matchmaking, I want to say it seems a little bit better. Still some wonky matchups every now and then. But I think those matchups, I think they might have changed the matchmaking so everything is considered. It seems like they take into account your drivers, because at the end of the race now you can check your drivers and your rivals' drivers, and you can also check your car and their car. And the one thing I've noticed is if they have better drivers, normally my car is stronger, or if they have a stronger car, their drivers are worse. So I think they figured out that they need to take in the stats of your drivers as well as the stats of your car. But I think they also take into account the available stats for your car. So I think I could have had a little bit stronger car, but in the last race, not the last race, but I just opened up a legendary crate. When I opened up the legendary crate, I got this with 7 assets, so I was able to upgrade it. And as soon as I saw this, I knew, okay, I got to change my car setup. And I'll show you what I mean. This is the reason. This is the main reason why I'm making this video. So I was teetering between aero and grip, and I set my car up so that it has more grip than aero. Excuse me. Once I did that, I noticed my car started performing better. So if you're asking me the importance, right now I think grip is probably the most important stat. Excuse me. I can't bring up the pause button, so I can't pause that. I'll tell you why. If you have, I've been racing people, and now that I can check my rivals' setup, I notice that there's some people that have a lot of power, and by setting up their car for a lot of power, their aero is low, and their grip is not that much higher. And I've gone up against cars excuse me. I've gone up against cars with more power and more aero, And the reason why I beat them is because of the fact I have more grip. I qualify better. So I think your grip needs to be not as high as possible, but I think your grip needs to be higher than your aero to make your car most efficient. I don't know the formula to figure that out, but I just feel that. So I just went through and I reset up my car, and I set it back to where it was. So we're going to do a little experiment here. And I want to do this before I enter the final round because I think this might be a game changer for my performance. I found I went up into this. I started playing this game, and I made it up to this level, and I actually was, I think, 4 or 5 wins up. And I had, I think, $700 million. And then it's like I played this and I just went on this really wicked losing streak. And I don't know what the problem was. But at that point I went from 700 down to, I lost like $400 million in 12 races. I lost all my flags. So I'm back down to 0. And I went and I did this, and I lost a bunch of flags. And at that point, I was like, you know what? I got to start working on my strategy. So I went all the way back, and I was like doing $1,000 races and stuff, just to get the flow back. But it's weird because I was doing good, and I don't know what switched it. But I went back and I filled up all of these. Well, not that one. Filled up all these. I'm not going to do these ones until I can come back and I have better tire wear, because these tracks are really long. And, like, the fact I can only go, like, 1 lap fast at Spa on soft tires, I don't want to do those races until I can do at least 2 laps. Because the strategy is just too, I don't know, it's not exciting, I don't think. But I am up to these. And we're going to do a race and see how it goes, and I'm going to go and I'm going to switch my car around and see if my guys qualify better. The flag numbers seem to be a lot better. I don't know what the green one represents. If any of you guys know, let me know. I'm glad we're doing this track. This is the one I want to practice. This is part of this week's race series. Okay, so Raikkonen's 7th and Hamilton is 15th. Okay, we got 2 minutes before the rain falls. So I think Hamilton will be able to go. I think Hamilton will be able to make it until the rain stops. Okay, so I normally let them go fast 1 lap. Oh, I forgot to tune him down. You know, at this point, have Raikkonen come in. He's probably going to come out. Good. Okay, I'm glad this happened. So you can see I have Hamilton on hard tires and he's on low power. So right now what I'm doing is I am holding up the field. This is the team aspect of the management game. They finally fixed the game so you can actually work this strategy. But as you can see, Raikkonen was able to pit and come out ahead of my second place driver. And you can see all the cars that Hamilton is holding up. So that's the main reason why you want your drivers okay, with the light rain, hot track, it's going to take a while to get 50, so I should be able to get another lap before I have to pit. So you can see I'm able to hold my rival behind, even though he has soft tires, because basically he's going low power to stretch those soft tires. Wet, wet. Stop talking. We're conserving your tires. We're not worried about that. Your wet tires are going to give me 3 laps. So I'm glad that Hamilton is my second place driver in this case. Raikkonen doesn't do good in the rain. So I'm going to have him tuned down. Actually go fast because they're all pitting. You can gain those positions. Yep. There you go. Okay, you're going to have to go slow because you have to go slow. Hamilton is racing. Nice move. Okay, both my drivers are in the top 10. looks like Raikkonen just got passed by Hamilton. Yep. And I am going to hit Hamilton. Finish strong, maybe gain another position, maybe two, if they have bald tires ahead. Nine and one spot. Okay, so 6th and 9th. I wasn't paying attention to Raikkonen. I probably could have got 5th. As you can see, I made a bunch of mistakes in this race. I allowed both my drivers' tires to go bald. I could have put them on slow speed, low power, conserved their tires. But they ran out close to the end, which is okay. This is what I wanted to show you, is you can come in here and you can see his drivers are better. Level 7 Grosjean is a stronger driver. No, I have a level 7 Grosjean. He's not strong because of his consistency. His consistency is going to qualify all over the place. I also find, I don't know if you guys think this as well, but they might have changed it. I also find that if you want, like if I put Hamilton in my number 1 driver spot, he qualifies 2nd all the time. But if I do it this way, where he's number 2, he qualifies 1st more than he qualifies 2nd. I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing. But now you can check your comparison with your drivers. So he has a level 5 Kimi. And then you go to the car, and you can see his power is 70. His aero is 43. His grip is 53. His reliability is 36. I don't know what was going on with his car. But his pit stop time is shorter. But with that reliability, your car's going to break down, which is going to make that pit stop average kind of null and void. With the grip, you can't apply that power to the turns. And without the aero, you can't apply that power to the straights. So you saw how I did. You can see my setup against his. And now we are going to go, and I'm going to upgrade my car setup, if I can remember what I just did. Okay, so the main thing is this Blazer. I can replace that with this FX. Okay. You can see I'm going to lose aero. I'm going to lose 1 power. I'm going to lose reliability, and pit stop time I'm not worried about. But I know I'm going to gain 12 grip. So I'm not going to apply that to the car yet. I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to check that would take away the whole, negate the whole point. That would do the same. Minimax, vacuum. Okay, so I'm going to put the vacuum on. I'm going to try this. I don't think my other setup I used that one, but I'm going to put the bass on. Alright, compressor. No. 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 Leave the compressor on and go from the brute. Okay, and I think that's why I did not use that. Okay, so I think my arrow improved, my grip really improved, and my power improved. Is that right? My reliability improved. So anyway, you guys have the ability. I'm pretty sure I just improved everything on my car. But you guys can go back and check, double check. If not, I don't know. I'll find out in the comments. By the way, if you like the setup I just showed you, hit me up with a like on the video. Also, I think I'm gonna start getting more into this. I started a Patreon account or whatever, so I think I'm gonna have to figure out how to apply that. I got some ideas for the channel. Just got to figure out how to do that as well. Hence, that's why I need the Patreon page, because if I'm gonna buy a computer to start editing my videos better, I think I'll use proceeds to do that. Whatever proceeds I get, I'll use it to better the channel. Also, I am also planning on, I don't know, doing some other stuff, showing you guys, like when I clean my aquariums and other little projects that I do. Give you guys more of an idea of what I got going on in this side of the channel. Huh. If I buy that 400, it's going to be 50, 60, 70. Or is it like 50, 70, 80, 100? Yeah, that gets expensive to upgrade. I really don't have anything that I need to upgrade. See, if I were to swap this part out as is, and my power went up to 65, and my grip went down to 52, I won't be able to apply the power to the track. So I think your grip needs to be higher than your power. Again, if you guys know any better, please let me know. But let's see. So I think if you let off the pedal when the spot 2 ahead of the one you want is lit, you might get your target. So if I want that gold crate, I'm going to have to let go at the 15K. Let's give it a shot. Nope, not even close. Okay, let's see how we go. Hopefully we get the same track. I don't think we will, but let's see what we get. Oh shoot. You know what I forgot is I turned the volume down. Okay, so it's just the sound effects. You guys are able to hear what I was saying. If you want to know how to change your volume, you go up here to the top left settings and tune that down. I turned all that down for you guys, so hopefully it's not too loud and you can hear me. I kind of need the sound. I don't know, it just makes the game more fun for me. I'm not doing that race. Back out. Let's go back over here. Boom. Okay, we are at Monza. Tenth and 11th. It seems like the car might be set up better for Lewis Hamilton. Qualified a lot better than he has been. Wow, Lewis is real aggressive in this car. Okay, so here's again where the team strategy comes into play. So I'm trying to gain as many positions as I can in the first lap, so let both my drivers race. Hamilton's gonna go another lap, and at the chicane, hopefully Raikkonen can gain a position. He does not. So now I'm going to slow him down so he can go 4 laps, hopefully. Pretty sure he should be able to do that. But by slowing him down, I'm going to slow up all the field behind him, which should allow Hamilton the ability to make a pit stop and hopefully come out before we pass him. Hopefully Hamilton can make a move. What is it? The Ascari, I think it's called. There he goes. So now he has all that open track, so he can just cook it this lap. Hopefully he'll be able to gain enough time. There you go, look at that. Nice. Okay, that rain is not going to last long enough. So we are going to have to pit again. Like the track is going to get like maybe 80% wet and it's going to start to dry off again. How's the field look? Still got a lot of people out there on slicks. So now Raikkonen's tires are hooking up. Hamilton went fast the first half of the race, so he has no gas. He has to cruise it. Worth it to keep Hamilton out. Worth it to bring Raikkonen in. His tires are going to bald out anyway. Wham, look at that. Look at that. Get it, get it, get it. Nope. So both guys were solidly in the top 10. I don't know, I think my guys did better. What do you guys think? Do you think that upgrade was worth it? I know they were on different tracks, but it seemed like my cars were faster. Alright, well, anyway, here's the debrief again. This is really important if you have a really bad race and you're like, I don't understand how my rival finished so far ahead. So we can see his strategy, hard. He had to go hard because he has Magnussen, and Magnussen's not good on tires. And I'm pretty sure that your best lap time has something to do with your qualifying. As you can see, Raikkonen has a lap time of 32:44. Now that they show you that, you can track that per track. And if you had a bad race, you go and you change your upgrades. You can see what you take your best lap time and what your next qualifying time is. See how that correlates. You can see the drivers, same Raikkonen. You have the same Raikkonen. Mine finished 4th, his finished 11th. So it has to be the car. Okay, so he has good power. He has good aero. His grip is low. His reliability is strong. And our pit stops are kind of the same. Now, the power is how quick you get up to speed. The aero is the top speed that you can attain, but the grip is how much speed you can retain through the turns. So if you can retain more speed through the turns, you don't need as much power to get to your top speed. And it doesn't matter if your top speed is a little bit lower, because he's going to take too long to get to that top speed, if he can even get to that top speed by the end of the straight, because of the amount of speed he's losing in the turn. So if you watch a race and they're showing you like the in-car view, and there's two cars, like McLaren and a Renault, and they're going around the track, and McLaren is following Renault, and Renault keeps getting ahead in the turns, right? It's getting ahead in the turns, and then when they get on the straightaway, the Renault pulls away at first as they're on the straightaway. But then by the end of the straightaway, the McLaren catches back up, but doesn't catch up enough to try to pass. That's because the McLaren doesn't have enough grip through the turn, so they're scrubbing too much speed when they hit the straightaway, that it's taking them too long to get to that top speed. They might have a stronger engine, they might have better aero, but their downforce or grip isn't enough, so they can't apply that to the turn. When they're coming out of the turn, the rear end gets swirly, or they have understeer. That's because they don't have enough grip. They don't have enough downforce. I hope I explain that so you guys can understand it. But the addition of this screen right here, the debrief, this right here actually makes the game fair, because you can see what the difference is, and you'll immediately know if you're like, oh, both of his drivers are better than mine and his car is way better than mine. But now when you look, you're like, okay, he chose 7.88883. I chose 8.77288. I think my car was faster. Why? Because we retained more speed through the turns. We're able to handle the chicanes with higher speed, especially once we got into open air. So I hope this helps you guys. I've only gotten a few comments lately. I haven't been doing any content, but apparently people are still watching my videos. I just wish that when they would drop the game, they would actually drop a beta test so we could play the beta before they drop the game, so they can fix all the bugs, so we don't have the issues that we have. I might have to change my rear wing. I think I was waiting for that rear wing to get upgraded. Yeah. So there we go. We got more power and more aero. Excellent. All right. So now we got 60, 50, 62, 45. I think that's a pretty strong setup. I don't think you're ever going to be in a situation where you're going to have all pink parts. Because the pink parts, they all seem to have a problem. Well, I mean, this one might. Well, yeah, I guess you might be able to have all pink parts. But normally when you put on a pink part, you gain one thing, but you lose a lot of something else. But we will see. I like this game because it's all math, crunching math in your head. You gotta do a lot of, see, I can't wait to put this one on. Look at all that grip. You kind of have to do a lot of math on the run, especially during the race. You're trying to figure out how quickly you burn through your tires, so you can figure out when you can go fast, when you have to go slow, if it's worth switching to hard tires, if you'll be able to keep the guys behind you. There's like a lot of stuff going on. It's not that it's exciting, it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's enthralling, I would say. It's more enthralling than it is exciting. Especially when you do the move and you have the setup and you catch a guy with hard tires and you put on soft tires and you can't pass him for some reason for 2 laps. Yeah. That still kind of happens, but I guess that happens in the real race world. But you guys will find that once you start qualifying near the front of the field, you get to use soft tires and they work better. Once you get in open air, you get with other guys using soft tires that are all going fast. The tires work better. It's real hard to pass in this game now. So if you start the race at the back of the field and you put on soft tires and everyone else around you has hard tires, you're not going to make up enough positions in time to where when you pit, you're going to lose too many positions and be at the back of the field, and it just gets real hard to make up the positions with all the cars in front of you going slow. Especially if you have 2 cars that are really close together and you're trying to pass, sometimes it's real hard to make that move. But yeah, so anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, give me a like. If you learned anything, give me a subscription. If I start seeing subscriptions, I'll definitely do more content. But until then, a hooey ho, and stay between the white.